Everybody, we've got Agita there. One of the boys there, since I've opened the door to the catio. It's quite warm in here now with the heaters on. And it's about 44 degrees outside. I think this one is Elsie. And we've got the other boy here, and I think this one is Finn. Sort of the calm way that he's sitting and looking, this is more Finn-like. And we have the two of the ferals, bcee and Peanut, out on the deck. It's like I said, about 43 degrees. So for them, it's like beach weather. And we've got Agita there, and Jill is probably nearby somewhere. I may see her when I go out to feed them in a couple of minutes. And I have already fed the inside kids. We had a good night, and that's just what I wanted to say. Was that no Agita drama, absolutely minimal. The usual amount, So no, everybody settled on the bed and around the bed and under the bed, and there was no big flare-ups from Agita. So everything was good. I went and checked on the ferals, came back in. Everybody settled for the night. So that's fair. I feel better about that. That's good news. There were polls in the morning. There were some polls, but it's okay. Just deal with it, So fed the kids. Now I'm going to go feed the ferals. I may go out to the casino. We'll see, on Monday, I went on the Friday, but there was some polls over the weekend, and there was all the Agita drama, so I might need to go to the casino, but we'll see. I'm here at casino. I've got I think a $60 win, a $100 win, 120, and then I fed the money in, and I'm up. I am up, not a lot up, but I'm up. If I can walk out, So I think it's given me enough of a hit, enough of a high that I could probably just walk out. And I've been here most of the day. I went to the bank, came back with some more money. I'm down, quite a few hundred, but I've reached that point where I can't walk out. Compulsion has kicked in. At least, I'm almost at the point of accessing everything I can access. So I don't think this is going to work as a control burn anymore. It's kind of done. Anyway, now I just need to try to walk out of here without. I've got a couple hundred left in my pocket. I'll probably feed it compulsively. So this is when control burn is no longer in control. Okay, we've crossed the line of real compulsion here with the gambling. It's no longer in control. We're starting to lose a little control on the last one, and then I kind of reined it back in, and I did have control last week. I just went on the Monday and the Wednesday, and I walked out both times up a little bit, 150, 200 up, 100, 150 up, but today I was about to leave with about 100, 150 up. Got in the car, and I'd been talking to the person gambling with the next machine, and I ended up going back in. And that person was also very, very compulsive, but she was on a positive roll today, and she took over the machine I was at, and she did really well on it, but she was playing like $7. $6, maximum. I was doing like 3 per bet, and then I raised it to kind of conformity. I raised it to 456 at times, so my money went a lot faster. And then as you spend more, and the pull of that gets stronger, the compulsion just really kicks in. So even after she left, I ended up going to the bank, getting some more machine. I'm not quite down as much as I'm accessed everything I can access with the cards I have on me. Fortunately, I didn't bring the other card. I do have my Visa, but if I start using Visa, which I used to do in the height of the gambling days, then you got to pay like 25%. Interest and stuff like that. And I don't want to go there yet. So I talked to them about the self-exclusion ban, and I'm not doing it today because, I still got some cash at home, casino cash in the drawer, and I want to just sit on it for a week, and I'll come back on the Friday. So it's going to be a little tough making it through the week, but I know now that I've reached the point of compulsion, and there's really no point, So I will probably rechannel all the other stuff, cars, kids, all the other stuff during the week, and then Friday will come with $200-300, and very likely the compulsion will still be there, because once it reaches this point, then there's no going back, So I'll come on the Friday, I'll gamble the remaining 200 or 300, 200, whatever, from the casino cash drawer, which I had left at home, but I'm not going to go get it now. I'm gonna, and now I'll just be feeding compulsively no matter what, and but I'll try it on Friday, and we'll see how compulsive it is, and if it's the same state as today, which I suspect it will be, I'll just sign the ban. Just come to pick up takeout on the way back, and then I'll go feed the kids, and then I got to write about all of this, the latest stage, It was coming. I mean, there was a point where the control burn gets completely out of control. And it was almost there. I kind of reined it in, but it's completely out of control today. So, oh well, So, okay, I got home a little while ago. I fed the feral first, showered, fed the inside kids. So Giza's there. And the boys are here. So I had most of my supper out at the Indian place, and I brought some for later, but I don't think I'll have it later. I'll just have it tomorrow. And the boys are about to help me assemble this lamp that I got for the master bedroom, because the lamp there is broken. It's identical to this one. So it's very simple. Just screw those things together. I don't know if I need to look at the things. But the boys are going to help me. So I'll assemble it, put it in the bedroom, and then work on journal entries. I have to write about today's casino control burn. Burnt out of control. It always happens. It's happened before when I've tried to use it as a control burn. But here I do have the option. I haven't used it yet, because once I do that, then there's no turning back, at least for 3 months or 6 months. And just because, the other thing is so much worse, that this one, yeah, but it's reached the point where this is almost as bad. This is very, very compulsive. I mean, maybe not the health risks, but it's very compulsive, So, and it is legal, but still, I've reached that point. Boys helped me assemble it. Very simple. Just screw all that together. It's identical to the other one. Okay, got to find some bulbs now, and then I'll set it up in the bedroom. Hello, everybody. Had a good night with the kids. The bed, no agita drama at all. I went out to say good night to the ferals, and Peanut and bcee were in a shelter each. With plugged it in because it got cool again last night, and then Jill came running out of the shelter and went to the back to hide. And another black cat, came running out of the shelter, out of the shed, and went to the back to hide. And I'm like going, oh, maybe it was Jack staying over, even though I know that, Jack's parents are keeping him in, later at night these days. So, and he doesn't. He's got a very nice house to sleep in. He doesn't sleep in the shelter in the shed here. He just comes to visit. So I'm like, that's Jack, I think. So look, there's 1, 2, 3 black cats. That one. That's a new cat. That's a new has been kind of allowed to stay. I think my neighbor said that she saw that one in a fight with other cats, not my cats. But the cat has a little bit of a limp. It looks like so that's Jill over there. That's Jill. That must have been Jack on the fence. That other cat looks a little bit like bcee in the, sort of matted hair, slightly longer hair, but black, not brown. And I just saw them come out of the shed, and was limping a bit. I'm like, fine, if my ferals accept him or her, and let them stay in the shed, I'm okay with that. There's lots of food. Lots of food. I don't mind providing, and the food is all getting finished now. So I'm like going. I think they're eating the food, and they're sleeping in the shelter. We can't afford the feral. As long as they behave themselves, they don't fight with my kids, with my feral kids. I'm like, hello, welcome. You can stay here. I mean, if you want to. Yeah, if you want to rest up here, or if you want to stay here, we got space. As long as you don't make trouble for the kids, and you don't, for the outside kids, and you're nice to them, you can stay. So I don't know who you are, where you come from, There you are. So that's Jill there in the corner. So we had the whole gambling thing yesterday. We had the pools. We had the gambling things. Went to the next level. I'm just on the verge of signing the self-exclusion, but haven't done it yet. I'm going to wait till the end of the week, see what the casino pool is like for the rest of the week. So that's what's happening. I kept thinking that's bcee, because it's kind of the longer hair, but it's not bcee. And the size, it's not bcee, it's black. It's a new cat. And I definitely saw last night, I saw two black cats run out of the shed. One was with Jill, the other one was this one. And bcee was in the shelter, in one of the shelters, and Peanut was in the other. So there's a fourth. There's a fourth feral. I'm fine. I'm fine with that. Welcome, whoever you are, Meanwhile, on the inside, we've got Agita there, and a minimal drama. Actually, no drama last night, but both the boys bird watching. So we've got one of the boys there, and I think that's lcee, and we've got the other boy there, and I think that's Finn. Everybody watching birds, or maybe this is lcee. Who are you? I think this is Finn. And it looks nice outside. It's bright, but it's cold. It was like, -2, -3, colder than it's been, so I had the heated shelters on. And then, okay, this is the new cat. and that's Jill up against the fence there. We've got Agita there, we've got one of the boys here, and we've got the other boy here eating. I think this is lcee, I think that's Finn. And we've got all three of the ferals there, and can't see him or her right now, but I saw a few minutes ago, I saw the fourth feral go into the bush in the back there. Go right in. And I've been texting with my neighbor, and she says that it's definitely the same cat that she saw was in a fight a couple of weeks ago. And I guess it won the fight because, it's been allowed to stay in as long as my three accept him or her. So my out-of-province friend, the cat rescuer, thinks I should try to get it trapped and get some medical attention, and it's got a limp. So let it settle in a little bit first. Let's see if it stays for a few days, a week, 2 weeks, and trapping is going to be a bit of an ordeal, and take it to a vet and have it checked and make sure it's fixed and all of that stuff. So less than one day at a time, but it's a very nice distraction for me, much, much better than the casino. Hello, everybody. It's now just a little after lunch, and I had tea and toast in the patio with the boys, and Agita was nicely settled here. I fed kids, and then I went out and I fed the ferals, and the new cat went next door, was in the bush at the back, but I saw him or her jump over the fence and go to the backyard there. And but I put the wet food on the deck and at the back, and there should be some left over for him or her. And there's plenty of dry food anyway, and there's water. And I put some treats in the shed. Just want to let them know that they are welcome here. The ferals have sort of accepted him. So I'm like, okay, fine. My neighbor seems to think it might be a she, and she thinks that the screeches she heard a couple of weeks ago might have been mating screeches. I didn't know they make those kind of sounds, but anyway, so if she's pregnant, then, we're going to have kittens. Agita's already really pissed off, but these two would love to have baby brothers and sisters. So anyway, but it's now like 4 or 5 o'clock, and I spent the entire day sleeping on the bed with these two, and so that's Finn, that's Agita, and is in his favorite spot, here in the living room. So we've all been sleeping, we've all been cats all day. I had all the casino stuff yesterday. It's kind of ramping up and all of that stuff, and then the excitement of finding out that there's a new feral, and exchanging texts with my neighbor and friends about it and what to do, and if it's a she, possibly pregnant, and what to do, maybe having taking her to a vet, finding out first, and she's limping. She might have been in a fight. So all of that stuff, like a new feral dad situation, you know. So let's see if she stays. And I put out food for the others. And which one is that? That's bcee, you know. So there's lots of food. Everybody, I'm here at one of the 2 Thai restaurants in town. I'm having the the ginger shrimp with the soup and a spring roll. And from here I'll go to PetSmart. Had a good night with the kids. Had a good morning. Fed the kids, fed the ferals. Did not see the new one. So I think she might have just come for the one-night sleepover. Everybody got home a little while ago. Agita's nicely settled there. And the boys are helping me assemble the toy I got for them. But of course, they're playing with the box rather than the catted toy. And we had one of these before in Toronto. It was just a circle. And they didn't really play with it. Now this one, you can do it as a circle, or you can do it like an S like that, I think. So I'll have to see how it, I'm just going to put it together. It's got all the balls there. And it was on sale because PV Mart is closing. And I checked, so I had a Thai lunch. I don't even know if I taped it, but I had a Thai lunch. And then I went to PV Mart, which is where I bought all the shelters for the 3 shelters for the outside cats. And they had, like one left, and they're closing down for good. So this was like 60% off. So it was very reasonable. So I bought it in case the new cat shows up again. She'll have her own shelter, and if not, it's just a spare. The 3 ferals can alternate. This one will be nice and clean, and I'm hoping that this will entice the new one back. I haven't seen her since yesterday morning, so maybe she came at night. Of course, they figured it out right away. They're not super impressed, but they're like going, "Okay, Dad, you spent all this money in it." It was on sale, but they're like going, "We'll pretend to play with it a little bit." Look at that. Yeah, it's playing. It's playing. The other one's like going, "What the fuck?" It's like, I want to play chess. You're giving me like baby toys. But it's got an S. This one, I think this is Finn. It's playing. It's playing. And, he's playing. It's good. Okay, have set up the 4th one. I put it on that thing, on the tarp, because the tarp is covering the cords, and it fit into. I plugged it into the other extension cord. So this handy cat door, which they never use, I've used it for, and I use it to put treats through. And the little cord has come out, and so there's 2 in here, and there's 2 attached to the other extension, the black one. It comes like that and goes there. So we got 2 extensions, 2 shelters plugged into each, and I really hope that the new one will start using the 4th shelter. If she doesn't, it's a spare, and the 3 ferals can alternate. They can have an extra one. They can invite friends over for sleepovers, which might be what happened on Monday night with the other one. Okay, I set up the thing in there, the 4th, and I'm pretty sure that's the 4th feral. I just saw her come in. She was maybe checking out the shelters, and she's going into the bush. I think she mostly stays in the bush, but I wanted to know that there's a 4th shelter for her. And my own 3, they were like here, peeking, hiding. They know that I did something in the shed, so I think they were waiting until I came in to check it out. So they're probably checking it out now. Oh, I hope the 4th one. I'm just kind of relieved to see her. I was a little worried about her, or him. Could be him. So, of course, the boys played with that for like 2 minutes, and then that's forgotten. That's to be expected. That's sort of like their dad too. Their dad with anything except slithering, partying, and casinos and stuff like that. Cars and things. I played with it for a little bit, and then I was like, enough. So we've got one of the boys is there. I'm just about to feed them. The other boy is there. Agita's there. They know I'm about to feed them. And I saw everybody, Agita running around, and there And both the boys are in here. One is there. And then one is there. And that's the new feral. I'm just about to go out to feed them. She'll probably go to hide. That's the new feral. New feral. Hello, sweetheart. She's hesitating to go into the shed. There is a shelter for you. The one on the right. The fourth one, the brand new one. Already ferals are not using it. They're saving it for you. They're using the 3 old ones. So anyway, I'm going to come out. Use it. You're getting wet. Crazy cat. There's an awning here. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, sweetheart. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. Don't run. See, poor thing. She's got a limp. Look at that. Front right paw. Where are you, sweetheart? We're gonna have to take her to a vet, but let her settle a little bit first. She's still spooky. She saw through me through the window. She's still easily spooked. Okay, sweetheart, we're going to have that paw looked at. So my neighbor has offered to help me trap her. Oh, sweetie, we'll try to help you. We will. Everybody, I came here. I ordered a quiche because she said it was a vegetarian. Turned out to be ham in it. So, but she took it back. She said it was her mistake, and I'm having fish and chips instead and coffee. Hello, everybody. It's now the next day, and we've got one of the boys there, and I think that's Finn. We got the other boy here, and I think this is lcee. I think so. Anyway, one of the boys there. One of the twins there, And Agita's there, and we've got Jack there, and bcee was just here on the deck. Got bcee going that way, and we got all 3 of them. We got all 3. We've got bcee, Peanut, and Jill on the deck. Now, last night I went to check on the ferals, and I haven't seen the new one, the 4th one, yet today. But the dry food is going down faster, so I'm really hoping she's still around. But was not in the shed, not using the 4th shelter, and these 3 are not using the 4th shelter either, the new one. They're using the old ones. I guess they're used to it, and they have the smell in it and everything, and they don't know about this new one. So just as an experiment, I brought the new one outside, put it there, and I put treats in it, just to see if, maybe the new one will use it outside if it's not in the shed, or if these 3. But these 3 don't seem to be interested. They're on the deck, and I thought maybe even Jack would come and have some of the treats in there, but Jack's on the other side. So I haven't plugged it in. It's not cold, but it can reach. I mean, it's reaching that cord, easily reaching the extension. So if anyone used it, I would plug it in when it, and maybe just in the daytime, It is under the shelter, but when it rains, it would probably still get wet. So this is just a little experiment to see if maybe the new one will use it if it's in a different, not in the shed. And the guy's supposed to come on Sunday to install the curtain, which is going to go there, so that area is going to be somewhat enclosed. And, I don't know if he's going to fix that leak. He had said he was going to, but I don't know if he's actually going to. So once that leak is fixed, we could have the 4th shelter in this covered area, and it will be enclosed with a curtain too. So we'll see, But if nobody uses it, which it looks like what's happening, I'll just put it back in the shed, and may or may not plug it in. We'll see, Maybe eventually they'll start using it, But in the meanwhile, everyone's doing their stuff, So we got all 3 there, and we get hey, sweetie. Chill, very comfortable. Peanut, comfortable. bcee wondering about. And inside, everybody's very comfortable too. We had a good night. We got Agita there. And both the boys here. And I'm just about to make a journal entry. I fed everybody. I haven't had my own lunch. I just had some cheese and crackers, but I may actually, it's Friday. And I haven't been to the casino all week. I got really, distracted, positive distraction with the 4th feral, who I haven't seen yet today. I hope he is okay, is around. So, and then with looking after the kids, looking at the funerals and all that stuff, been a good distraction. But I am planning on going to the casino today. That was the plan. Is that I go on Friday, stay out all week, go Friday and see what the compulsion is like. And if it's as compulsive as, and not take any cards, just a limited amount of cash from my casino drawer, what's left over from before. So not from Monday, but from before. Just go see what it's like. If it's as compulsive as Monday, where I just can't walk out, feeding everything, trying to access everything, and it's just as compulsive and awful as it was on Monday, then I will sign the exclusion ban, and I won't have any casino control burn at all. I'm already banned at lcee, and then I have no casino, and then just focus on, the other pushes, looking after the kids, and hopefully this fourth funeral and all the other stuff. Okay, I won a small jackpot here, 300 and something, so 353 or something. So I was down maybe 100, 150. So I still haven't recouped my losses of last Monday. But if I can walk out up or even today, I won't sign the ban for now. We'll keep this as a control burn. But we'll see how it goes. Bye for now. I'm going to try to walk out with at least that. Bye for now. Hey, I won the 300 and something, and then I gambled a little bit of it, 100 of it. So, and then I walked out. I had lunch pizza, which I have for later. Came back and gambled a bit more, and I think I'm walking out a couple of hundred up. So still doesn't quite make up for my losses from earlier in the week, but I'm walking out. Well, I haven't left the parking lot yet, but I walked out. I'm up a couple $100, so that's fine. If I can do that once a week, if I can actually walk out up again. It was just on Monday I couldn't walk out. I was like, compulsively everything I could access, and then I was increasing the amounts, and I was doing, $4.50 each bet, and then $6, and then $7. Today I only bet $3, so I'm going to keep this for now as a controlled burn. My friend will appreciate this washing cars rechanneling. So it wasn't all that dirty, but just give it a little shine. So now and I left the casino up. Went to Pet Value, and everybody. I've just fed the inside kids. Agita is there, and the boys are bird watching from here. I hear somebody cutting grass, so I think I'm going to too. I think mine is quite big, so I'll get both the boys bird watching here. When I checked on them last night, I didn't see the new one. I did see Peanut and bcee in two of those shots, the old ones. And Jill went to hide in the bush, as she usually does, unless it's very, very cold. And but I did notice the treats that I put in there, they got eaten. So somebody actually went in there and ate them. It's very likely one of these three. It could be the new one. Now, the new one I haven't seen in a couple of days. I think I spooked him or her a bit when I saw them, was watching them from the window. But the dry food is going down at a faster rate than usual. And possibly the wet food as well, but dry food is going down faster than usual. I fill it both bowls right to the top at both breakfast and supper. So from yesterday evening till now, most of that pink bowl is gone. Well, more than half. And just about to cut the grass. First cutting of the season. Hello, everybody. Daddy Professor is working. Kids are watching from the window. They're going, Daddy's working for a change. So I'm going to get into the class again. I'm kind of enjoying this. Now about to do the back. Peanut was out here, but Jill, they went to hide. I think I saw bcee as well. They're hiding. They know I'm about to cut the grass. Bye for now. Hello, everybody. Cut the grass, sat inside, did some journaling. And now, so we've got both the boys here, lcee and Finn. And Agita there. And there's Peanut there. That's Jill. You can just see just about here. There. That's Jill. And I just saw bcee too. I just saw bcee here. So I think all three ferals are on the deck or near the deck, you know. So anyway, I think I'm going to go do some car stuff. It's very nice. I might as well go switch cars and do stuff like that. Have a Subway sub. I think it's the last day for the coupon for the. Hello everybody. We've got Agita there. We got both the boys here in the window. I brought back the old car, you know, and yeah, one of the boys took me down. Just let me see in the back. I'm just going to rest for a few minutes, and then go out and feed the kids, and then work on your entries. And everybody, we've got one of the babies here, and the other baby's under the bed, and for a reason, which I'll tell you in a second. And we got Agita running around all over the place. Now, the reason one of the boys is hiding is that and we had a good night and everything, and minimal Agita drama. And in the morning, I got woken up. I woke up early, you know. Opened the door to the living room. Boys resettled. You know, Geeta went to drink water, all of that stuff. And I was lying in bed again, and I napped. You know, and I got woken up because the awning people have arrived, and that's the curtain, and it's going to go there. And they're also going to try to waterproof it by moving the whole thing back, so it's completely under the overhang. And then, so they're actually working on it right now. So we get, I won't show them, but we've got. It's the curtain. Look, it's gonna close this area off, and you can open it, you can zip it, you can tie it, you know. So it'll provide a bit of protection from the wind and stuff in here, and the rain and the snow, and I can close this area up. And he's put a little angle on it, and he's moved it back. See, it was before it just went up to there, you know. So he's moved it back, so it shouldn't leak there. Now, water might leak there. It'll come down this way from there. But the plan is, if it does, which it probably will, he's going to put an eave trough there. He's going to put an eave trough there and then tie it into this one, you know. So, and that was the original plan. Everybody, I'm here with the Mini, and it's practically across the road. It's like a block away. But this is the Wendy's, and I'm having the, you know, because I skipped lunch. I'm having a chicken burger, one of my chicken days, I guess, today. Spicy, because I had a coupon. So I'm having a spicy chicken burger here. And then I got to go to the Drug Mart, and then the cola, and then back to the kids. And I'm going to edit and post the latest podcast here. So, you know, the another fairly major thing today with the awning guy redoing the awning. Let's just hope the leak is fixed. Hello everybody, it's now later in the day, and we've got one of the boys just got up from there, and I think that's Finn, and I think this is lcee. So we've got Finn coming here to the dining room. And we've got Agita very nicely settled here. And we've got all three ferals out there, you know. So we've got, that's Jill over there. And that's bcee, kind of camouflaged with the, with the bush thing there. And we get the white, you can see, that's Peanut. So we got all three ferals. And we may have the fourth feral, who is now named Ferris. So my Toronto cat rescue friend suggested Ferris, and I like it because it does work, whether you know whether the cat is a male or a female. You know, it's kind of unisex. You know, and there's a link to Ferris Bueller's Day Off and all of that stuff. Now I saw him or her yesterday, you know, but it's still very skittish. Saw me from way back there and went to hide into the, and I was inside, I was inside like this, and they saw me and went into the bush. But seemed to be still hanging around, which I'm very pleased about, and eating food. Probably not using one of the force shelter in the shed, you know. So we have it's been a pretty eventful week. Normally these days I'm only posting every 2 weeks, But because it's been such an eventful week, I decided to post like a week later. So I'm going to either post tonight or tomorrow. And there we have the curtains as well, and the awning, which was reinstalled. So hopefully it's now not going to leak. So, okay, we got Agita there, one of the boys here, and the other boy there. Now, it's been a pretty eventful week for me. I mean, on I think I posted last Sunday, and then Monday there were some polls, so I did end up going to the casino. But this time, on the Monday, the compulsion really kicked in. I mean, it was at maximum, and I think it's probably because I was gambling next to someone at the next machine who was, betting higher amounts. Like, I usually bet 3, and she was betting, 456, 750, the maximum. And it turned into a bit of a competition, and I started betting 456, 7, and then my compulsion kicked in. So even after she left, I gambled away everything I could access, and I left down a few hundred for the day. But what happened the rest of the week was very positive rechanneling. I mean, the kids, inside kids, and the 3 ferals, plus the possibility of a 4th feral who showed up. I mean, I showed up that very night, Monday night, saw him or her for the first time running out of the shed into the bush, and then saw them again the next day, and they're limping, and at least they're eating food, and I would like to try, and my neighbors have very kindly offered to help trap them and take them to the vet to be checked out and have the paw checked and, be fixed. But right now, I think it's going to be very difficult. She's still being cheery, is still being very skittish. Just goes and hides even when they just see me through the window. So we have, so that was a big distraction for me. Plus ordinary world stuff like going to get my own paws nails trimmed, and then worrying about the new cat, trying to spot them, all of that was very positive rechanneling. And then on the Friday, I went back to the casino, but this time it was under control. I managed to leave a couple of $100 up. There was no competition this time, and I would like to keep the casino as a controlled burn for when the polls for the other thing get very strong. I was ready to sign the self-exclusion ban if it had been completely out of control, but then I would have had no controlled burn. I would have had no casino at all because I abandoned the other ones. So it would have been, when the polls came, they would have been very strong. However, I'm keeping it for now. If it ramps out of control again, I can always sign the self-exclusion. In the meanwhile, there was the huge rechanneling of the 4th feral, who is now called Ferris, So I'm just kind of trying for now to get them to feel safe, feeding them, hoping that they'll use the 4th shelter. And I bought another shelter, a 4th shelter. Nobody was using it at all for 3 or 4 days. Yesterday, last night, Peanut used it, hoping that the 4th feral will start using the shelter more, and at least, starting to feel safe. And eventually, hopefully, my neighbors can help me take them to the vet, find out if it's a male or a female, get them fixed if necessary, get the paw looked at, all of that stuff. So that's been huge, really, really big for me, and then today, the awning guy showed up, and that was a pretty big thing too, because hopefully the leak has been fixed because he's moved it closer to the house. So we'll see how that goes. It's supposed to rain tonight, so we're going to find out. And there's a curtain. I mean, for now I'm leaving the curtains open, but particularly when it snows and stuff, it will help. It'll keep that area, contained, So It's been, I suppose, a positive week. I mean, there was. I mean, the casino thing got out of control, and that was not good. But the rest of the week got better. And I really hope that Ferris is back there, is safe. So we've got the 3 ferals there. Possible 4th one in the bush. So we've got possible Ferris in there, but we've got Peanut. We've got bcee, we've got Jill, and then we've got Agita, lcee, and Finn. Both of them now on the same window perch, Oh, and there was also some car stuff during the week. I did go switch cars and do stuff like that, so that was a little bit of a distraction too. So there was quite a bit of distraction, rechanneling, and the casino control burn, at least it's under control again. So if it gets out of control, like it had on Monday, I can always sign the self-exclusion ban for at least 3 months, So that's what's happening. So from the 7 of us, possibly 8. So from the boys, from Agita, from the 3 ferals there, possibly the 4th back there, 4th feral. So from Agita, lcee, and Finn, and the 3 possibly 4 ferals out there. So from the 7, possibly 8 of us. Various degrees of domesticity versus ferality. So from the 8 of us, cats. If you're counting myself as a semi-feral cat or whatever, honorary cat. So from the 7, possibly 8 of us. Bye for now. See you next podcast. Hello, everybody. It's now later in the day, and I wasn't able to finish editing the latest podcast. Fed the ferals, fed the kids, and all 3 kids are nicely on the bed with me now. So I'm going to finish the editing and posting tomorrow, so I might be able to add a little bit of bonus footage. We'll see. It's still quite a bit of editing to do. And lcee got up, so we got Finn there, we got Agita there, and we got lcee eating food. I guess we get some bonus footage, sort of update about the awning situation, thanks to my not actually finishing editing and posting this podcast last night. I'm going to have to do it later today. So we've got Agita there, settled on the corner of the bed. We get one of the boys here, and I think this may be Finn, and the other boy here, and I think this may be lcee. The news is, on the awning front, the news is that last night around midnight it rained. And I don't think it rained long, but I think it might have rained hard for the half an hour or so that it rained. So I go out to check on the ferals at about 1:30 bedtime to say goodnight to the ferals, and also to check about the leakage. And before, the water was leaking over there, but he's moved the awning, so it's right up against the wall. Now, it didn't leak there, that's now waterproofed, but the problem now was all the water is draining off of here. So it's pooling, it's coming on to the awning, and then it's dripping. It was just pouring down from there, to this area, and there's a bit of a dip in the patio there, So the water was pooling in there. It was like 2-3 inches. And I was worried it's going to rise and start seeping into the shed, So it's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm wearing my pajamas and my slippers, and I'm holding a flashlight, and I'm like brooming. So imagining using just using sort of a broom. The one I have over there somewhere, So using the broom, I, like I said to the awning guy in a text, sort of like, what I imagine curling is like. I'm brooming the water from there that was pooling. It was like a pool there, And I broomed it that way towards the grass, Once it gets past that little hump there, then the water drains that way, So I did all of that, and I check in the shed, and bcee and Jill were not in the shed, not in the shelters. They're the more fearful ones, and they're the more cautious ones. They were worried about possible water, and it was making a lot of noise because it was like pouring down from here, and it was pooling here, and there was a puddle of water there, and they were worried about possible, flooding or seepage into the shed. So they weren't in the shed. They must have been under the deck. There must be a dry spot way over there somewhere. So they were in that dry spot. They thought it was safer in their risk assessment. They thought that was safer. Peanut, the bold one, was in the shed in one of the shelters, but the shelter on the far left, the one right on that side, away from the possible water leakage here. So I did tell the awning guy, I said, look, how clever cats are, intelligent and intuitive. So, but she was fine. She was very comfortably settled. She was like going, I'm not going to worry about stuff like this. I'm just going to go on the far left, the furthest from the water thing. And, if the water starts seeping into my shelter, then I'll get up and move. So we have double-decker boys looking at the window. And Agita's still there. It's such a nice day that I just walked over to the Korean restaurant. I mean, it's like a block, and I'm having teriyaki shrimp. Bye for now. On the way back from the Korean restaurant, I stopped at this marble slab creamery, and I'm getting an ice cream with all the stuff they mix in the toppings. It's quite good. Bye for now. I guess this is my first walk of the spring while eating ice cream. Hello everybody, it's now a little later in the day, and there are two of the ferals. There's Peanut and bcee, and I just saw a black cat climbing on that structure next door over the fence. Probably Jack, because Jack likes to go there. It could be Jill's too, So, we've got the ferals there. We've got Agita here, very nicely settled on the bed. And we've got both the boys here in the catio. I've got the windows mostly open again, not all. But it's nice and kind of breezy in here. It's about 72, 73 degrees. And I'm just going to sit here and work on the rest of the editing, and then go into the house and post. So upload and do all of that. So from the 7 of us. So this is like, now this is the bonus footage conclusion. So from the 7 of us. So from Agita, lcee, Finn, myself, and the 3 ferals outside, and possibly 4th feral, which would make it 8 of us. Okay, so from all 7 or 8 cats, myself, honorary cat, from all 7 or 8 cats, it's 6 weeks clear for me, over 6 weeks clear, and counting, and lots of distractions. So, and better weather, can go for walks. So from the 7 of us, bye for now. See you next podcast. Extra bonus footage. The boys sitting very nicely in the catio, and Agita there. From the 7 or 8 of us, bye for now. See you next podcast.